So I don't want to be looking dusty. I know it's not like there we go. Right now it's 2:25 in the morning. Had to check that for y'all real quick. Sitting here in front of the monitor with a slice of Winko pizza. Ooh. A big old thing of some vanilla honey tea. I gotta clean up my little section, bro. Yeah, some fire. Man, that fire. Yeah, hold on, man, cause I got a bunch of shit up here. I don't even know why this is. This is a book I'm trying to get into. Herbal healing. My gut been hurting me, so I'm trying to, be on some gazer. She wanna get out so bad. It's not happening. It's 2 in the morning. Lay down, go to sleep. Oh shit. Cheese done melted to the down. Plate. No, I got up on here again to just rant. Fuck off. Get on here. I'm gonna eat the pizza first. I'm hungry. himself. I don't have anybody to burp me. I remember when my gums used to be pink. Now they're black and shit, because I be smoking and shit. Excuse me. Need some floss. I swear it's always right in the beginning of your recording. It's like a bunch of things. You gotta burp, hiccups, hair in your mouth, something in your eyes, something. But to get absolutely right into it, there is nothing to get right into, you know? This is just another one of those times where I just wanted to vent. Just because, you know, as I said in my other video, just life, be life, and just during this mental health month, I feel like I've been receiving a lot of signs. And I've been receiving a lot of good energy. Though I'm in a time of my life right now where I feel like things aren't going the way I want it to. But it's like my life is great though. Like there's plenty of good things. Like I'm literally in my own room right now. That's just a room strictly for like, this just has my monitor, my 2 dogs in here in their kennels, and my like draft board, and you know, a speaker and some posters and a sound bar. Like I'm living a life that most people want, seriously. And that's not me to like shit on others. It's for me to hold myself accountable and understand that, like, though it's not perfect and going how I exactly want it to go, but that's just life, you know. It's rare that things go exactly the way you want them to. And because of that, that's why I need to stay persistent but grateful, you know. There's no need to be content. It's okay to strive, but it's never okay to not appreciate the circumstances you're in and the life you're living. Excuse me. You know what I say? I'm gonna do this. You know, it's the easiest thing whenever you're trying to hold a little video. You just go on YouTube, right? You go on YouTube, and you look up a video. You just look up the white screen. You got one at 85 hours of pure white screen in HD. How many views does this shit have? Oh, it has no views. There's another 24 hours of pure white screen posted 6 years ago with 88 million views. That nigga probably got bread from it. And there should be no ads. So now that I got my white screen. But yeah, just to be happy with how I'm living and don't get caught up in, you know, not having things go exactly my way. Like I was saying, like, I'm living fortunately, but I am still lost, as I said. Like, I'm just trying to find a better sense of direction with my life. I'm trying to find out not who I am, and not even like who I think I'm meant to be, but more just like the path. I'm just trying to find my path. A lot of times I feel like I've just been freelancing and kind of going with the flow and, you know, doing more of the things to survive versus strive, you know. You know, I don't want to live in a perspective of thinking I'm just trying to survive. Like, I'm just trying to strive, man. I'm just trying to, you know, take my life to different levels. And excuse me how many times I'm gonna be like, my nose is stuffed as fuck for some reason. I don't know. I swear my body's been trying to build up like a tolerance to going to after hours. I've been going to after hours here and there, not here and there, but I'm going few times. And every time I go, man, I swear I get like a little sick from going in there. You fucking goofy bitches in the after hours, man, getting me sick, bro. What dick was you sucking? What niggas was you kissing that got me sick, bro? I'm trying to tell you, one afters, I went the second time. I literally got fucking, what the fuck is that shit called? Mono. I never in my life ever had mono. I hated that. That shit make you appreciate having a throat. A fucking healthy one. I don't even have to say no Diddy for you weirdos. Like, it literally make you appreciate talking, swallowing, eating, drinking. You're like, oh my goodness. But that's off topic. Yeah. Just to strive, man. Just to not feel like I'm bound by anything. And that's like the number one thing I've always, not the number one thing, but something I've definitely took pride in, like, accomplishing in my life is not sitting here and thinking like, oh my goodness, because oh my goodness, how am I trying to put this? Not thinking like, oh my goodness, because I'm black, I'm not going to be able to succeed. Oh, because I'm not this height, I won't succeed. Because I don't weigh this much, I can't be this cool. Or because I don't look this way, I can't be this cool. And I think a lot of that came from cancer. Like, in a deeper note, a lot of that came from having to rebuild myself after going through cancer. Because after going through that, and like the scar I'm left with, I don't know if y'all can see, but I'm left with this scar now. And, you know, I had to rebuild myself because originally what I had did is I had fucking grew my hair out to have locks to where I could cover it. And it did a pretty good job. But then, like, for some reason, I don't know what happened. I don't know if it's because if I didn't go through this, I was going to eventually go bald. But the hair right here is so much thinner than the hair here. Like, it's like this, the hair everywhere else is very coarse, but here it just like thinned out. And they wouldn't cover it as well. And one day I just, you know, I was like, I'm tired of this. Feel like I'm hiding and still feeling insecure. Like I'm hiding it and I still feel insecure. I still don't feel like I look good. I just cut and I was bald and I felt so free and I felt good. And like now I feel hella good. I just be walking around just like this because I really would stay bald, but bro, any nigga you know that got a bald head and his shit is always bald, you gotta give props to that nigga because a nigga like that literally pretty much has to cut his hair every other day to keep it a crispy bald head. Like, these are the things we don't know about bald headed niggas. That's why a lot of bald headed niggas be confident. And this and that, they have to do things on the regular to maintain a bald head. A lot of niggas get a haircut and they go 3 weeks before they get another one. Bald head niggas literally cut their hair every other day. Unless you alopecia nigga and just completely bald or some shit. And even then, the alopecia nigga still will have like a patch or two. He gonna have to bald, you know, shave down every other day. Every other day. Hair grows faster probably than facial hair, so it's like you literally gotta do it every other day. Some niggas shave every day. They bald headed. But yeah. When I went through all of that and got out of that, I just started building myself more and more and just understanding that like nothing controls me. Nothing should make me I seen this video. I think bro's name is John Cannon. He been popping up on my TikTok more and more. Shout out to John Cannon because I appreciate a lot of the things he says. But he wasn't lying when he said that he remembers that his friend told him that embarrassment is a choice. It is. I can choose to, you know, be embarrassed from this patch and, you know, hide myself. Or it's just like, bruh, that's what I went through. No matter how it happened, why it happened, what led to me getting there. it's me. It's my life. It's what makes me unique and different now. You know, like, the reason why I say that is because, like, I even saw today while I was at the grocery store, I saw this one kid. He was on crutches. I thought he had a broken foot. I looked down. His leg is gone completely. And I was just thinking, like, there's all these people in this store who all have a leg. I mean, all got both legs, and he only got one. But that made him so different than so many people on Earth. So many people on Earth have two legs. He has one. And it's like literally he could choose to be embarrassed about that, be crippled and never go outside, but he don't think like that. He a kid, so he probably just way more thug about it. And I'm just thinking like at the same time, it's just those things that you could be embarrassed of are the things that make you and show that you have so much more uniqueness than the next. It's easy to not feel embarrassed when you're doing all the things that make you fit in. If you're doing every single thing that makes you fit in, you're not ever going to feel embarrassed. If you're always listening to the trendy music that everybody's listening, if you're always rocking the clothes that most of the population is rocking, if you're always got your hair done the way 90% of women and men, men got their hair done. If you're always doing these things that most of the general population is doing, of course you're not embarrassed. Of course you think like you're regular and cool. It's when you're participating in things that most regular people won't do. Most regular people are afraid to do because they don't want to join this embarrassment or have that fear and anxiety and all that. But that's what makes you you. That's what's making you different. And you gotta take pride in that because so many people, even though so many people participate in the same exact thing, so many people think they're so fucking different. So many people think they're so damn different from the next. And it's just like, we not, bruh. For the most part, people are different, vastly different. But it's like, we all the same. It's kind of, I know, if you getting me on a higher level, you understanding me right now. And I've just grasped that more and just taking full control of it, that I'm not going to be embarrassed by who I am. Because when I was younger, I never was. And I won't say that as I grew older, I started to become embarrassed of who I was. I think just so many other outside worldly things made me think that I needed to be, that I should be, which is just not the case, you know? I've always been a kid that, you know what I'm saying, I went to my little family gatherings and, Devontae, do your little dance. When I was younger, I did the talent show. I wanted to do the mile club. I wanted to do, when I got into high school, I wanted to do the ping pong club. I did the golf club. I did the Spanish club, the chess club. I tried to participate in everything. The step team, acting. I ain't never been afraid to put myself out there and just enjoy life and enjoy others. There's so much to experience in this world, and just experience it, live it. Don't be embarrassed about just stepping into anything that you have your heart feel for. Anything your heart feels for, it's okay. Your heart can be deceitful, but when it's what fuels you to do things, to step out of your comfort zone, you're usually always in the right direction. And I strayed so far away from that, just, I don't know, trying to be perfect when I'm not. I've never been, and I've always known that, but just like, I don't know. I can't really say what ever led to me really going down that path, but I just know that's how my life became. And maybe it just became, maybe if I had to guess right now, try to do some inner dialogue outwardly is just trying to please too many people rather than just focusing on pleasing myself, just doing what I need to do to just make myself happy. And I mean, as time goes, I just realized the power in that. The more that I'm on point with myself and happy with myself, like, I have more to offer to the world. I've said it before in another video. I'm gonna try to do it quickly, but like, just imagine that this is you. The water bottle is you, like your vessel, okay? all this flesh and skin and bone and shit. That's what the water bottle is. Now the water within is your spirit. It's your energy. It's your chakras. You know. The more water you can fill up in here, the more, you know what I'm saying, me as the physical representation, your girlfriend, your mom, your family, your dreams, your goals, your kids, all these things, that the more water, as long as you keep water in here, the more they can, you see what I'm saying? The more all of these things can drink from. If you got no water in here, they can't drink from nothing. You can't even get nothing out of yourself. You're gonna be fucked up. If you let people take you and minimize you got less water to hold on to. You see? You can't only put so much water in yourself. But by taking care of yourself and filling up your vessel, you know, I won't do too much with explaining that more. I think y'all get the message. And there's some good tea. That's what I just realized, is that I gotta keep pouring into myself. I gotta keep investing into myself to become a higher version of myself. The higher version of myself is unstoppable. The higher version of myself is somebody that people lust for, people mourn for, people like beg for. You know, that's what I realize more and more, is that a part of my purpose is that I've been so isolated that my enjoyment and seeing other humans win and be happy and all that makes me so different than a lot of people. You know, I realized that, like, one of my biggest superpowers is just the energy I bring to the world. And, like, you know, it is to toot my own horn. I know I am an experience. I know I'm a vibe to be around. I know that I bring something to people's lives that is something that is so raw and pure that it brings a lot of raw and pureness out of other people. I've been able to just come across complete strangers and have them open up about things that they don't do with their closest friends. Things they don't open up with anybody. They could have, I've had people, you know, when I do a public interview, you know, give me the real, give me some deep how they feeling, and they probably wouldn't have did that if you literally, it could have been the same situation, it could have been the same weather, it could have been the same day, the same night, all that. But if you just interchange me with a different human, say the same thing and everything, they just still wouldn't have did that. That's like the you know, as we say nowadays, that's the aura I contain in myself. And I had to sit there and think to myself, like, if I'm able to do that, I can do that on a much more grand scale, which I do, just because it's like that's what niggas want to go for, just because we need more of it. There's just a time of so much immoral things, and people just want money so bad and this and that, that there's a lane for folks to just, you know, come and be vulnerable. That's my nigga So Illuminati said, like, that's my goat, like, for real. Like, I've never really had no guidance in my life or nothing to look up to, and the closest thing I ever drew lots of inspiration from and was able to relate to was him. And especially when he went on that spiritual soul journey, and I know that he's still on that, you know, he's learned to transform it into a way, because he knows he has to grab. I'm not going to expose his plan. I understand a lot of the things he is trying to do. I don't know everything. I don't know this man, but I understand what he's doing more and more these days to do a bigger grand scheme of things. And that's what I realize is just important, you know, playing the game, but still understanding how to be vulnerable. Let me stop saying it like that. I just say it like that because he does, but vulnerable. Like, being vulnerable is something I've never been afraid of, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've cried in front of friends. I've cried in front of grown men And I say that because it's an easy example to show how easy it is for me to be vulnerable. Because I don't care what nobody ever thinks. Anytime I've ever cried, I've never thought like, dang, am I less of a man for crying? If you think like that, then you're probably crying over something you shouldn't be. Like, for real. Or you're crying way too dramatic. Like, I think with mental health being talked about right now, the biggest misconception about men crying, especially because like I'm thinking about this from like this whole concept that people say if you cry in front of your girl, like she'll never look at you the same. Nah, that's because some of y'all cry over some dumbass shit. Some of y'all cry over the fact that y'all will cry over a mistake you put yourself into and cry over that. You know what I'm saying? And man, start looking at that as a good sign, bruh. If you cry to your girl because your great grandma passed away, someone who meant everything to you, and you cry in front of her, and that makes her look at you differently, that was never your woman. Like something I think I've taken note of is that guys will make these remarks about women like that. It's just like, bruh. It shows at the same time the same way we judge women for making bad selection, men, y'all making bad selection. How you with a woman that you feel like you can't cry around? That's crazy. I couldn't imagine. I've always been somebody that'll cry. You know, the hell? And I don't care. The fuck? There's just so much inside that I can't hold it. And I'll never like run out of tears. It's impossible. Every day I build up so much in my body on the regular that I can release it at any time in all kinds of ways. I can release it in great anger. I can release it in tremendous amounts of tears. I can release it in going absolutely beast mode in football or fucking a sport I like or a game or a card game, anything. The energy that builds up in my body can explode. Not because I can't control it, but that's just how I choose to, release sometimes. Excuse me. Excuse me, because I understand the importance of all my energy that I can't always just give it out. But when you're holding so much in, you can't just, the pipe will burst. And it's as simple as that. And I'm, chop this up to another video.